All right, guys, welcome back to Crunch Time, the show where you get the best NBA DFS picks and slate overview each and every day. Today we have a nice 11-game slate, joined as always here with Chris. How are you doing today, Chris? Ooh, I think we got you.
I'm doing good as always. Just waiting for the slate. We're a bit late here, but I mean, we'll get it all in. I think we have a big slate, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Let's go over yesterday's results. I think we have some results. How'd you do in the slate yesterday, 2-gamer? I didn't really like it that much.
I did okay. I won some money back on FanDuel. Made a tiny bit of profit on DK. Wasn't great, but I mean, 2-game slate. I'm fine with the results. I like the team I was on.
Yeah. Do we have any results we want to go over during the break, or should we just go over yesterday's? Because we had other sports during the All-Star break. I guess there's too much to go over, right, Chris?
Yeah, probably.
Let's just go over yesterday then. I think we have, what is this? I think Turnburn up here first, NHL here. Same old, always winning. Got some, college basketball here from Nick. Nice stuff there, 22-60. Hug here says takedown if it was a bigger contest. How's that feeling, Chris, when you get a good score in a small contest? Does that ever happen to you?
I don't know. What do you mean?
I don't know. It's probably, yeah, I don't know. You get such a high score, but you enter like a smaller contest. But I guess it just depends on your bankroll. I mean, I've had that happen to me in like the piggy bank NBA, and then I wish I entered the other one. But I mean, my bankroll, you got to manage your bankroll, so that's the other part to it. Then we got Dakota here, 34-68. College basketball, NHL, awesome stuff there. Got Snow here, more college basketball. What sports do we have today, Chris, actually?
Same as always. NBA, NHL, college basketball.
Nice.
The same as always.
Nice. I mean, yeah, lots of results here, lots of good stuff. I just want to get into the slate because we had a bad one yesterday, so I'm kind of excited for it. But yeah, shout out to all the crunchers who won. Not to diminish anything there. But yeah, let's get into it, Chris. 11 games here. What's your favorite game environment here today? What do you like here in terms of news? Anything that stands out to you so far?
Yeah, so it's the Sixers thing with Embiid and Simmons out. Both are in health protocols, so they're missing today's game. They have the matchup against Chicago, one of the best matchups. So Sixers are going to be very chalky today.
Nice, lock the chalk. Okay, let's do game by game then. Before we get into it, guys, anyone new here, we're going to be going over the slate here as we always do with dfscrunch.com. That's our optimizer, also our projections as well. They're very sharp across a lot of sports. So if you want to try it out, you like what you see throughout the show, just go to our site, dfscrunch.com, and then get yourself a free trial. All new members get that free trial automatically applied. No coupon code or anything needed. Just create an account, put in your email, password, then submit all that. Then you get 3 days for free. You can cancel anytime. Before then, you won't be charged at all. So even if you have no intent on staying, you just find this video, see us here today, first time ever. Just try out the free trial. I'm very confident you'll enjoy it. So just try it out, even if you have no intent on paying. You have 72 hours to cancel before the first payment. So do try it. It's very good stuff here. Anything you want to say on that, Chris? How do we get people to try it out for free?
Well, I mean, everyone that's in here is probably already a member, so. But yeah, it's a good trial right there if you're not a member somehow and you're in here.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. First game, we have Detroit, Charlotte Hornets. So Detroit side, we have Josh Jackson in. Have a note there. Jeremy Grant back in as well. DeLon Wright, questionable. Projected starters over there, we have Wright, Svi Mihailuk, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, and Mason Plumlee. Hearing some rumors about some Grant trades. Any comment from you on that, Chris?
Haven't heard anything on that. Where'd you hear that?
I'm not sure if I'm making that up. I think with the Boston Celtics, hearing something there.
I see it here. Didn't see that. Not usually too, I don't pay too much attention to trade rumors and stuff like that. I see that. But yeah, this game, it's the first game of the slate. It's the only game that starts right at lock. So for the most part, I'm probably going to fade it. Just to wait. If we get more news, we can take advantage of that easier. Don't really have interest in anyone here from the Pistons. DeLon Wright's questionable. Obviously, he was out for a little while with a groin injury, so might play today. That'll hurt guys like Saban Lee, Dennis Smith Jr. Jeremy Grant is back now. He missed, I think, 1 or 2 games before the break. Same as Josh Jackson, so not too much here for me. If you want to play Jeremy Grant in tournaments, fine with that. But in terms of cash games, nothing here that really stands out.
Okay. Next up, Hornets. Who do we have? We have PJ Washington marked as back in, and then 2 probable tags for Devontae Graham and Cody Zeller. Projected starters, we have LaMelo Ball, 9K price tag on DraftKings, 8-9 on FanDuel. That's pretty nice. I like to see that. Terry Rozier, Hayward, Washington, and Zeller also projected to start with him. Who do you like there, Chris?
Same sort of thing. Devontae Graham's back now. Everyone had a long break, so going to be fewer injuries here. It's the first game. Don't really want to play anyone here with Devontae Graham back, with Zeller back. Hayward's healthy as well. So they kind of spread it around. LaMelo's a little overpriced for me now. I love LaMelo, but I don't really want to do it here, especially when we can backload a little bit. Gordon Hayward on FanDuel, kind of interesting for 7.2K. Don't mind that at all in tournaments. Last piece in cash games, same sort of thing. I'm fine with it, but for the most part, I'll just fade it.
Yeah. Yeah, you said lots of rest people had. I wanted to say this actually. One guy who I feel like always benefits from rest, I just remember from when he was a Raptor, Jonas Valanciunas. He always seemed like he played like 20, 25 minutes on the Raptors. Not sure why, but he always does seem to perform well whenever he gets like a good rest before a game. He obviously had that monster game. He just seems like one of those guys. I don't know if he gets like hurt or sore easily or what it is, but like every time he gets like a nice rest, he always does really well. I should have remembered that yesterday though, but yeah. Missed some chat here from Mike. Says what's up. Says give 2 weeks for free today. Triple thumb up action over there, Chris. How do we give away 2 free weeks, Chris? What's the process to get to that point?
I don't know. Thumbs up, I guess. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean the process. You're supposed to say it's. Are we doing 35 likes as the threshold or 30? We can do 30.
Yeah, sure.
Let's bump it down a bit. We'll go to 30 likes. So if we hit 30 likes, we'll do one giveaway. I think I figured out how to do the giveaways better for existing members, so it's a little bit easier now. Not sure about PayPal. If you're a Stripe customer, then it's a little easier. PayPal, I still have to figure out. But yeah, 30 likes, we'll do a giveaway for a week. 35, we'll do 2 giveaways. 43, 45, 4, 50 a month. So if we get there, we'll do that. So yeah, that's in the plans here. But yeah, next game we have the Boston Celtics against the Brooklyn Nets. Let's go over Boston first here. I see Romeo Langford out for them, and then Marcus Smart marked as in. Projected starters: Kemba Walker, Smart, Brown, Tatum, and Tice. Who do you like here, Chris? Any interesting narratives for you here with Irving playing the Celtics? Anything like that?
Well, are we doing the Celtics side first?
No, I just wanted to ask about the narratives. I know I kind of mixed it up there, but yeah, we are doing the Celtics.
Yeah, so I mean, on the narrative, not really. On the Celtics, same sort of thing. Like, it's a really good game environment here. Tight spread, 2.5 favoring the Nets. Over-unders at 232 right now. I think that's the third highest on the slate. But I mean, we were playing these teams when they had injuries. Marcus Smart is back now. Kemba Walker's playing. Obviously, it's a really good matchup here against the Nets. We always like targeting the Nets just because they don't play much defense. But the Celtics are healthy here, so it's kind of hard for me to pick out who it's going to be. If I had to pick a favorite guy, I would say Jason Tatum on both sites. I'm not landing on any of these guys in cash games, but I do think in tournaments, someone like Tatum, someone like Brown is pretty interesting. Like I said, I prefer Tatum, but yeah, you could play any of these guys in tournaments. Probably wouldn't play too many of them, just because there's just so many good plays that we'll talk about later. In terms of people with injuries, my favorite spend ups today are the Clippers in Kawhi and Paul George. So not really landing here on the Celtics. But yeah, it is a good game environment. I do think it's a really good tournament target. Sorry.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of good tournament targets here in these big games. What do you like in terms of these massive slates? Like, are there any good routes that you like to take for tournaments, Chris? Like obviously there's the chalky cash games. Is it very slate dependent? Like how brave you have to be to maybe fade the chalky games? Maybe go after like the lower owned games. Like what would something you would look at if you were to target like a lower owned game for tournaments? Is it just the game environment, game script, anything else like that?
Well, yeah, just we have this spot where we have like overwhelming chalk on a few individual teams. So, I mean, you can play any of these other teams. And if you're playing a low-owned team, you would obviously want the better game environment. There's not really a reason to pick like a super bad game environment like the Orlando-Miami game. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to answer. Like, it's pretty fluid. all your decisions. I don't know. Like there's not one right answer.
Yeah. But you are saying this game here is not super, super chalky, right, for cash or tournaments, in your opinion, right?
I think the other side might be with James Harden,
Yeah.
but yeah, not the Celtics side.
Okay. Let's go over Brooklyn then. Over there we have Jeff Green, questionable. Got KD out. TLC, doubtful. And big dog here, Blake Griffin, he is out for them. It's a big. Is that a big pickup for them or not really?
I think it's pretty big if he's motivated. Like if his knee is feeling good, then he's a really good player. But I mean, he's probably motivated now as well. So I do think it's a good pickup.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all the injury news there. Starters, projected starters. We have Harden, Irving, Bruce Brown, Harris, Joe Harris, and Jeff Green. Who do you like there, Chris?
Before we do this, I kind of just thought of an idea. Maybe we should do like a video earlier in the day. Just like a quick 10 to 20 minute video like all the other people do. I think that would be a good pivot off of the live streams. I think people would be more interested in that, like just a quicker way to consume the content. What do you think about that?
Well, what kind of content are you talking about? Like just a
Like the guy you showed me, that guy, what's his name? The guy that makes the faces. It's just like a video like that every day. Earlier on in the day, 10-minute offline video. What do you think about that?
like a is it like a you thing, a me thing, an us thing? What kind of thing are we talking about here?
Yes, same as the show right here. But
Oh,
it would just be condensed to 10 minutes, just the favorite plays. Not maybe not like 10 to 20 minutes. What do you
yeah.
think
I
about
mean,
that?
I'm up for that. I think I just feel like a lot of the times, just stuff changes throughout the day, leading up to the slate, leading up to the lock. So I'm not too sure, like how dated, like how quickly does that content get dated?
I mean, you got like a good, if we do it earlier in the morning, you got like a good 6 hours where that content's like still very relevant. I think that's how other people do it.
Yeah, we could try. I could definitely try. Not against it. Let's try it for tomorrow, Chris.
Okay.
Let's
But
do it.
yeah, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, on this net side, I like James Harden here on DraftKings. He's 11K. Not really landing on him on FanDuel, where we have guys like Paul George and Seth Curry at shooting guard. Um, but on DraftKings, where he's point guard eligible, really makes sense to spend up to him. We don't have Rubio as popping as much on DK just because they priced him up. FanDuel didn't, so point guards, it's not thin on DK, but I do think it's a good spot to spend up here on Harden. They're implied to score 117. We've seen Harden play out of his mind. No more. I mean, no KD, obviously. He's been playing a ton of minutes. He got 73 points his last game, 80 fantasy points the game before, so he's just crushing. So I do like him a lot on DK. He's currently in my cash game build. Kyrie, a little too expensive for me. He's 9.6 on DK. If you want to play him, I don't mind it on FanDuel for 9K. Like I said, wouldn't do it in cash games. I think the point guards on FanDuel cash are going to be Rubio and Milton. But I do think in DK, if you want to go there, in FanDuel tournaments, if you want to go there, maybe pivot off of Milton, pivot off of Rubio, something like that. I don't mind Kyrie in tournaments there.
Nice. Okay. What do we have here? We got some chat here from KJ. Just finished up a midterm. That's good to hear. Hopefully you studied up, did well on that. He says, "What's up?" Rondo over here. He says we have J. Cole in the thumbnail pick. Is that true, Chris?
Yeah, Toby.
Toby and Bobby. Actually, you know what? We do send the Toby Bobby. When someone first signs up for DFS Crunch, you'll see Toby and Bobby in your email. So we do have some Toby love over here. Austin says slate overview or preview. Yeah, that'd be nice. I feel like Chris over here had the All-Star break, missed out doing the show for like a week. Coming back here, he just loves to do the content, wants to do more content, so he wants to do some offline stuff.
No, it would replace this.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because this show doesn't get any new people just because it's dated right after it ends. The other show would have like 6 hour lifespan. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, instead.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you made that clear before. I don't know. I don't. Yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, we could consider it. No more
It would
live
have a
show.
long, well, it would have a longer lifespan, the video. It would have more time for, if new people join, it would make more sense to preview the tool and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it would make more sense doing offline videos.
I mean, we could try it for a bit. I think. Wouldn't it be kind of weird to just stop doing the live stream halfway through the season, Chris? Or are we?
Well, no, we can still do it. Like we can do a quicker one, like maybe 30 minutes. Not go game by game because maybe we would already do it. We could just talk about what has changed, and then go over
Yeah.
the lineups, maybe something like that on the
Yeah.
live
I
stream.
think. Yeah, I think that'd be actually pretty good. Yeah, because that would also kind of keep both videos a bit shorter. Um, it's an interesting idea. I kind of like that one. Um, Ron was saying, why not in the afternoon, like before the next day? Would that be possible, or is there like does news come out like in the morning, like in the AM here?
He says, why not do that in the afternoon? He's probably talking about the video. I don't think he's talking about the live stream.
Oh no, I mean like the video. Why can't? Could you do it like the night before?
Yeah, you could do it the night before,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
ideally we would do it when our projections are ready. Usually they come out in the morning.
Right. That's true.
So
That's also true. Forgot about that. Usually asleep when they work their magic, the crunch machine. We do have a. You know what, Chris? We went over the features yesterday that we worked on. We totally missed one of them, and it's the core plays feature over here because it was in the works prior to the All Star break. But we did finish it actually, so we do have this. Do you have core plays up right now or no?
no, I don't.
Oh, do you know how to add it?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you add it maybe just at some point throughout the show, and then I'll show it off afterwards. Maybe just in
Yeah,
lieu
let me
of.
try.
Huh?
Let me see.
Okay. We could do that in a bit. I can set up the next game, go over some chat here. Rondo says, love how you guys talk about your strategies, live business strategies. Mike asked about the core plays, so we'll go over that in a second. Big Buckets over here, Chris. He says, yeah, I like the live. I like live too. I feel like it'll be even more fun once we get more people in here, but I guess
Yeah,
we do need to get more people in here. So I guess the offline thing would help us reach that point. Because it's definitely a lot more
exactly.
fun when there's more people in here, more comments, more chat, all that stuff. So yeah, I think that would help, Chris, because we do need a better, different strategy for getting you guys in here. Let's see. Ronald says not night before, but the day of in the afternoon.
Yeah, I was saying in the morning just because the video would have a longer lifespan. Like if we do it in the afternoon, that would be like what, an hour before this. It would just be dead after an hour. So yeah, I think in the morning would be good. It's tougher because we're on the West Coast, so it would have to be earlier. But yeah, I definitely think we should do that.
Maybe we need to move the Crunch headquarters to the East Coast, Chris. Get 3
Or
hours.
just wake up, or just wake up earlier.
Austin says, have to get ready for the MLB show. Are you ready for MLB, Chris?
Yeah, it would be better for MLB too. Like we could do like a same sort of thing, offline video. I definitely think that's a better idea.
Yeah. Ronald says, congrats on 200 subs. Big milestone, Chris. 200. 2 dubs. Or 220.
You?
But yeah. Let's go next game, Chris. As you set up the core play thingy. We have Atlanta, Toronto here. Let's go over Atlanta's side. I'm definitely watching this game. Atlanta, we have Chris Dunn. He is out. Clint Capella in. Projected starters over there, we have Trey Young, Kevin Herter, Tony Snell, John Collins, and Clint Capella. Seems, for some reason, I feel like someone is going to have a big game here against Toronto, like greatly exceed their projected fantasy points here. Like one of their top guys, like Capella, Collins, or Young, someone up there I feel like is going to have a big game. Not sure why, just a feeling. But yeah, who do you like here on Atlanta, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like anyone here on FanDuel, but I think on DK there's Bogdanovich, who's really cheap, 3.5K. He's another guy that was injured before the break. I think he played one game. Yeah, he actually played two games. He played 15 minutes his first game, 20 minutes his second game. This is a guy who was playing 30 minutes at the beginning of the year before he got hurt. He's 3.5K on DK. I think that's a really good play in cash games over there. We have him projected for around 20. So I think that's really safe. I think he's going to be pretty chalky in cash just as a value play here on this slate. So I have interest in him. In terms of the studs, going up against Toronto, I don't love it. Like, they're healthy. Gallo's playing more now. Collins, Capella, Young. You mentioned maybe one of them could have a game here, but I don't know. Like, I just prefer studs elsewhere. So it's just going to be Bogdanovic here for me in terms of value on DK. And like I always say, my favorite stud here would be Trae Young on both sides. But I'm not finding myself landing there right now.
Gotcha. We got a good one here from Layden. Get into that. Let's just do Toronto news first. So we got OG Anunoby out for them. McCaw out. Fred VanVleet out. Siakam out. Malachi Flynn out. Terrence Davison, questionable. I think he has the ankle sprain. And then we have Henry Ellenson with a 10-day contract there. Do you know him, Chris?
Yeah, he was on the Pistons. He's a big white guy. I think he played for Michigan, maybe. He played for maybe Duke, something like that. Pretty slow laterally. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why they got him.
It's a nice, solid scouting report from you, Chris. Yeah, let's open him up, take a look. But yeah, projected starters for Toronto, we have Kyle Lowry, Norm Powell, DeAndre Bembry, Stanley Johnson, and Aaron Baines. So Layden over here, he said Bembry revenge narrative. Chris, do you buy into that today?
Not really. Like, I mean, have they played each other so far this year? I would assume they have. Let me see. Do you know? Yeah, they played each other once.
I don't think.
I don't know.
I think
it's
maybe Bembry didn't play much then.
Yeah, he played 16 minutes. So kind of what he's playing now. We have to wait and see who they start. Obviously, they have this COVID stuff going on with Fred VanVleet, OG, and Siakam. So those three guys are out. So they are interesting here. Kyle Lowry, I like him a lot. Norman Powell as well. Chris Boucher, Stanley Johnson. So those four guys are my main targets here. I think they're better plays on DK, just the way pricing is. On FanDuel, they're kind of priced up. Like, Lowry's 8.5. Even though he's 8.6, I believe, on DK. Just easier to fit him in there. Like I said, on FanDuel, point guard is probably going to be Rubio and Milton, assuming we don't get more news. So not really landing on Lowry and FanDuel. Norm Powell, he's 7.5K on FanDuel. So that's pretty expensive. Don't love that price tag, but he's been crushing. I think he's been going 5x there ever since those guys have been missing. So I don't think he's a bad option. Chris Boucher played 34 minutes last game, didn't get the start. But I do think he's a really sneaky tournament option here. So I like him a lot. Not for me in cash games, but I do like him a lot in tournaments. And then, yeah, on DK, where I said these guys are more viable, like I said, I like Lowry there. Currently not in my build, but I do think he's just right outside the bubble there. So he might get in there if we get some other news that kind of fits him in. Stanley Johnson for 3.5K on DK for value is something that interests me as well. I like him over someone like Bembry. Got the start last game when those guys were missing against against Boston. He played 35 minutes, got 24 fantasy points. So if he gets the start again here, definitely think he's in play for us on DK. But yeah, with the Raptors here, we're gonna have to wait for the starting lineup.
Yeah.
And yeah, also just want to add, that's also why I kind of want to fade the first game, just so we get this Raptors starting lineup news.
Got it. Is it pretty important news then, I'm guessing?
I mean, it's not that important, but the first game just isn't. It's not worth taking anyone there. So I mean, it makes sense to wait.
But like, who on the Raptors here would be what would you be surprised with? Like, obviously, I think Lowry, Powell are pretty safe to start.
Yeah. So if Stanley Johnson gets the start again, he would be in play on DK.
Who do you think could start instead of him?
They could start Bembry, they could start Boucher, Terrence Davis. So and they could start anyone. We've seen them start different players in the 2 games that Fred, Pascal, and OG have missed. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they start Boucher. They never start Boucher. But yeah, did you get the core play thing done, Chris?
No, you can probably see it there now, but I don't see how to add a player.
Oh, really? What do you mean add a player? Is it not showing
Like add
up?
oh, I got it. I forgot I have to do it here.
Yeah, you have to, because before the core plays showed up on every sport and both sites, now you have to just select what site and sport the core plays will be on. Make a separate list for each one. But yeah, let me go over the next game while you do that, Chris. So next up,
Do you know if it's core? Do you know if it's core plays or core players?
what do you mean?
Like there's two different entries in the administration page. One
Is
says core plays, one says core players.
is one of them older? Like, do they both have the option?
Yeah.
Do both of them have Hasty's picks?
I think one actually shows the players here. Let me just see. FanDuel. Okay, I think I got it now.
Okay. Yeah, let me just go over the next game, Chris. So we have the Magic and the Heat playing. Orlando side first up. We have T. Ross, questionable tag. Gordon, questionable tag. James Ennis and Fournier both out for Orlando. Then projected starters, we have Michael Carter-Williams, Dwayne Bacon, Aaron Gordon, Al-Farouq Aminu, and Nikola Vucevic. I think he's the skills challenge. What is it? It's not Sprite. It's the who sponsors the skills?
Sabonis. It was Sabonis. But yeah, I don't know who
Yeah.
sponsors it, but it was Sabonis.
Yeah, he was the runner-up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my bad there. Aaron Gordon, Chris, you had a period where you just loved to play Aaron Gordon, even though he let us down. Price tag kept going down as well because he kept letting us down. He seems to be priced up now. Any love for Aaron Gordon?
He's still 5'5", so he's very cheap on FanDuel. Yeah, we were playing him like he was like 8K, and then he was dropping down, having bad games. We played him every time. Then he got hurt. So fortunately, we stopped playing him because of that. But yeah, I'm gonna assume that there's gonna be a minutes restriction if he does play. They're only implied to score 101 here. So I mean, it's not something that really stands out. No one here for me. Vucevic maybe in tournaments he's 9.9K. On FanDuel, on DK he's 10.4K. So he's very expensive. But maybe if Terrence Ross and Aaron Gordon end up being ruled out, he can be more in play. But yeah, as of now, it's kind of ugly here. And also, do you see the core plays?
I think the site's updating right now because it's 2 p.m. So I think a lot of projections are updating. So I'll check in a bit. It's a little slow right now. But I can get into that maybe in a bit.
Yeah, after we do the Miami side here.
Yeah, let's go into Miami then. So over there we have Bam Adebayo out, Avery Bradley also out, and then Gabe Vincent probable tag over there. Projected starters Kendrick Nunn, Butler, Robinson, Okpala, and Olynyk. What do you think of these Heat, Chris, with Okpala here projected to start?
Yeah, so like I said, it's the low total game here. The big news is that Bam is out again, so that makes Butler in play, but he's pretty expensive. He's priced like he should be. I think he's 9.5K on FanDuel. So I don't know. I kind of prefer Kawhi Leonard for a little bit cheaper. Not straight up, but I think the 300 difference in price tag there makes a difference. So I'm preferring Kawhi Leonard over there. But yeah, I definitely love Jimmy here. I played him the last game before the break. It was a similar situation. It was a much better game environment, though. They were going up against the Pelicans. Now they're going up against the Magic. So it's a slow matchup here, pace down spot. It's the only reason I'm not jamming him in. If it was like a game against, I don't know, the Kings, the Bulls, something like that, I would probably go all in on Butler here. But just in this matchup, I don't think it's too necessary. But he is in a really good spot without Bam. So I like him a lot in tournaments. And then Kelly Olynyk is the guy that I do think benefits a lot as well from Bam being out. More of a DraftKings play just because he's listed as center on FanDuel. We have Dwight Howard for 600 less, maybe 700 less on FanDuel, so he's the priority there at center. But on DK, where we can play two centers, I definitely like Kelly Olynyk a lot. 5.1K over there. You get the bonus for 3-pointers, all that good stuff. He played 36 minutes last game. That was the game that Bam missed. So if he gets anywhere close to those minutes again, I do think he can easily pay off this price tag on both sites.
Gotcha. Okay, let's jump into the next play. Actually, no, let's jump into the core plays. Let's go over that feature because we had the question there. So yeah, we did add this recently over here. I don't think, do you have anyone, Chris?
Yeah, I did add them. Maybe you have to refresh.
I did. Is it, maybe it's the wrong one, or what is it? What's going on?
Oh, I added them on FanDuel.
Yeah, it's still not here. Do I have the filter? No. Let's see, refreshing.
Let me try again. Do you know if I have to add them one by one? Because I tried adding everyone at once.
It should work all at once. Maybe something's not working.
I just added one guy.
Who'd you add?
Dwight.
Yeah, I don't know. Guess we could check it out later. Yeah, I'll see. Maybe it's the other page, Chris. Maybe the other one.
No, I think it's because you can see it now. You can see the.
What'd you do differently now?
Oh, nothing. I'm just adding the players. Are they all there?
I just see Tobias Harris. Do you have anyone else?
Yeah, I added 5 guys, but I mean, it looks like only Tobias got in there, so still in the process, I guess.
Yeah, we'll check that out. But yeah, once it's ready, it'll be pretty cool. We'll have Chris's core plays here right in the tool, so you won't have to go anywhere else but the site to check that out.
It's weird because if I click the filter, I can see all 5 of them.
Maybe. Let me just.
Maybe you have to refresh.
Yeah, last time I tested it out though, you don't need to refresh. You shouldn't have to. Yeah, I just see Tobias. Not sure why. I'll look into that later, but I think it'll be pretty cool once that's ready because the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to be able to see the players in real time. There's also supposed to be a notification here when Chris adds or removes a core play as well, so you don't miss that out if you don't have the filter active. So once it's done, it'll be pretty useful, I think. But I guess we can show it off when it's ready. But yeah, next game up, what do we have? I think it's the Knicks and the Bucks here. Knicks side first. News there, we have Austin Rivers out, Mitchell Robinson out, and Derrick Rose out, and then Taj Gibson questionable tag. Projected starters, we have Elf Payton, RJ Barrett, Reggie Bullock, Julius Randle, and Nerlens Noel. I think we had quite a bit of interest in Noel before, Chris, before the break, with Robinson being out. Is that still the case? Anyone here that we like?
No, we had interest because Taj Gibson was out. He was playing the backup minutes. Taj is questionable today, so we have to wait on that. But he's center on FanDuel. We have Dwight there. DK, we have Dwight and Kelly O. So Nerlens isn't in play today for me. Same thing with most of these Knicks. Like, they're implied to score 106. Highest spread here at 10.5 favoring the Bucks. So there isn't really anyone here. If you want to play Randall and hope it stays close, use him as a bring back with someone like Giannis, maybe you can do that. But yeah, for the most part, I'm not going to pick any Knicks here tonight.
Okay. David Correa here says Elfrid Payton with no Derrick Rose, better play than Rubio. Question.
No, I'd definitely play Rubio over him. Yeah, the Wolves, they're missing McLaughlin with COVID, so Rubio's still too cheap. I mean, he's not still too cheap, but he's too cheap for me.
Do you still have your Ricky Rubio player t-shirt?
Yeah, probably should have worn it today.
Yeah, definitely should have. I feel like if we had that offline video segment thingy that we did, if we had that done, you definitely would have worn it because you would have known about that. So
yeah, we could have cut to it or something like that.
Yeah, could have cut to it. Let's see. Fully Driven says, just tell us the winning tournament lineups and save the time. We got those, Chris?
Yeah, we'll see if we do the offline video. we'll get all this stuff out of the way, and then the live stream will be, I don't know, like 20 minutes, 15, no, maybe like 20 to 30 minutes. We'll give you all the winners there, all the winning picks, all the updated winning picks, the updated core. I think that would make more sense.
Yeah, and then you can also, I think you can focus more on like Q&A as well if you had all this content here out of the way in that offline video. I think that's a good idea. I kind of like it. But yeah, let's go on the Milwaukee side over here. Two guys. We got Jordan Nwora out, and then Mamadi Diakite. He is probable. Do you know him, Chris? Do you like how I said his name?
Never heard of him before.
Now you have. Projected starters, we have Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo. That's your boy, Chris. We have Giannis, we have Middleton, and we have Brooke Lopez. Who do you like there?
So, I mean, it's just one guy, as always. I like Giannis a lot on FanDuel. He's just been crushing all season long. He's 11.3K there. The only concern is really a blowout. They're implied to score 117 here. If this game stays close, I think a lot of it is going to have to do with Giannis, so that's why I have interest in him. But yeah, I don't think he's a lock or anything like that today, just because it's a pace down spot here against the Knicks. Biggest spread, like I keep saying. But he's definitely my favorite Milwaukee Buck here today. Not interested in Middleton. I expect Drew's minutes to go up now. He was heavily limited before the break. He was playing around 20 minutes in his 3 games back. So not too interested in someone like Middleton here in this pace down spot. Same thing for Dante. Don't love him. Maybe Bobby Portis, a little bit of revenge there. You can play him in a 150 max tournament. Hope for a blowout, something like that. I think he's viable there. But yeah, other than that, I think it's just going to be Giannis.
Gotcha. I think I see the problem, Chris. For some reason, the players don't show up in the all right now. But if I go to point guard, I see you have Rubio, Milton. Shooting guard, you have Seth Curry. Small forward, nobody. Power forward, Tobias Harris. And then center, you have Dwight Howard. So I think there's the problem there. It works, except you got to go into the filters.
Yeah, I put it in the Slack as well. So, I mean, you can see it after the show.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it does work, guys. Kind of. If you want to check it out, you can try it out now. I don't know if there's if the notification worked, but yeah, we'll fix all that stuff. But yeah, next game we have the Timberwolves here, Pelicans, Minnesota side first. We got Jarrett Culver, doubtful. Jordan how do you say his name? McLaughlin. He is out. And then projected starters, we have Rubio, Ant-Man, Layman, Catman, and Vanderbilt. Layman starting here, Chris. You kind of play like him. Kind of modeled your game after Jake Layman. Who do you like on the Timberwolves aside from Rubio? Is it just Rubio?
No, so I think it's kind of specific to each site. Like, I think Layman's very much in play on DK. On FanDuel, Rubio is going to be a lock for me. 4.7K, no Jordan McLaughlin. McLaughlin's kind of been splitting the point guard minutes with Rubio, with D'Angelo Russell out. So yeah, Rubio here for 4.7K. Very interesting for me in cash games. We get this matchup against the Pelicans that we always like to target. This is the highest over-under on the slate. So I have a lot of interest in Rubio here. Karl Anthony Towns, someone that's a little hard to get to today. Like I said, we have 2 centers that kind of stand out above the rest in Dwight Howard and then Kelly Olynyk. So it's kind of hard to get to someone like Cat today, but I do think he's a really good tournament option. He could go for like 60 here, maybe 70. Wouldn't be surprised. He's kind of been getting into foul trouble recently in his last couple of games. So I think if he stays out of foul trouble, he could have a monster game here. So I have a lot of interest in Cat in tournaments. And like I said, Rubio in FanDuel cash. Even DK cash, like DraftKings priced him up to 6K with McLaughlin news, but I still think it's a little bit too cheap for him. So I think he's a good option there. We project him for around 32.5 points. So he's still in play on DK and cash games, just not a lock like he is on FanDuel. Next guy I'll mention, Jalen Noel. He's probably going to get a little bit of a bump here as well with McLaughlin out. He's 3.9K on DK, so I do like that price tag a lot. He's 3.6 on FanDuel, but I mean, he's point guard eligible only, and you have Rubio there for 1,100 more. You have, what's his name, Shake Milton for $600 more. So kind of like you can't play everyone, so he has a good play there on FanDuel. I just prefer Rubio and Shake Milton more. But on FanDuel, on DraftKings, where he's shooting guard eligible, I definitely think he's in play there for 3.9K. He's been playing pretty well also ever since D'Lo has went down. No McLaughlin, so he should see a few more minutes tonight. I'm expecting somewhere around 26, 28 minutes for Jalen Noel. So I have interest in him in DK Cash. And then, Jake Layman, last guy I'll mention here, 3.3K on DK. Like you said, we expect him to get the start again. He started last game, played 26 minutes. The game before that, played 30 minutes. So he's kind of back in the rotation. Still $300 over the minimum on DraftKings. So that's why he's in play for us. Sort of a good value play here in a really good game environment against the Pelicans.
Yeah. How would you describe Jake Layman's game, Chris? Is he more like a slasher and shooter? What do you like about his game?
I don't really like his game. It's not too smooth. I like the smooth players like Paul George, D'Angelo Russell, guys like that. But yeah, I think Jake Layman's sort of a slasher, but I think he's known for his shooting, but I think he slashes a bit.
Yeah, I like Jake Layman. He kind of runs funny on the court, but every time I seem to watch Jake Layman play, he always seems to go off. But other than that, like you can see his price tag here, it's pretty low. Like he's not a guy who's going to go off. But every time I watch him, he always goes off. So, and I don't watch them often. I think just twice a season. Rondo says 30 minutes of Q&A would be nice. Wendy says, if you don't want to spend up for Giannis, Luka, or Harden, which other three studs can I go with on FanDuel?
On FanDuel, well, I do like Giannis there. I like spending up at small forward with like Kawhi Leonard or Jimmy Butler, and then the second small forward slot with someone like Ingram. I think Ingram's a near lock today. And then shooting guard, I like Paul George a lot. Usually people don't like to play him, but I do like the matchup against the Warriors, 7.8K. So yeah, kind of shooting guard one with Paul George, and then both small forward positions with someone like Kawhi, Butler, and Ingram.
Gotcha. Okay, let's go into this game. It's Philadelphia 76ers, Chicago Bulls. Philadelphia side, so we have two big dogs out for them, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Leaves us with the projected starters here of Seth Curry, Danny Green, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, and Mike Scott at the 5 over there. Anyone, or I guess you like a lot of guys here. Who do you like here? Why do you like them? Who do you think is going to get the biggest bump here?
Yeah, so DK actually priced them up, so they're kind of priced as they should be, but we still have interest in some of the guys there. I'll start with Dwight Howard just because I have interest in him on both sites. On FanDuel, he's 3.8K. DraftKings, 5.3K. So really good price tag there on both sides. I think we project him for around 30 fantasy points. We had a situation, I think, earlier in the season where both Joel and Ben Simmons missed the game. That was when they had like seven or eight guys. That was when Tyrese Maxey played 44 minutes, I believe. I think he scored like 40 points, something like that. I think it was a Sunday. But yeah, this time they have their other studs like Tobias Harris, Seth Curry, Shake Milton. So I have a lot of interest in all of these guys. I started with Dwight Howard. He's probably my favorite one here after. I mean, he's not my favorite. Tobias Harris is my favorite, but Dwight Howard's probably second. I'll talk about Tobias Harris a little bit here. He's 6.9K on FanDuel, DraftKings 8.1K. So like I said, FanDuel didn't price these guys up at all, so we're likely going to have 4 of them in all of our lineups just because they provide us with such good value. They project so well without 2 of their high-usage guys out. So yeah, love Tobias Harris on both sites. Definitely don't mind paying 8.1K for him on DK. Next up, I'll go with someone like Seth Curry at shooting guard on FanDuel. More viable on FanDuel, like I said. DraftKings priced them up. Seth Curry's 5.2K. on DraftKings, so I do think he's pretty close to a lock on FanDuel for us. DK, you can make a decision. I have builds I like with him. I have builds I like without him. Currently, I don't have him in my lineup, but I mean, it could easily change. Same sort of thing with Shake Milton. He's 5.3 on DK, 4.2 on FanDuel. So he's a lock, or not a lock for me on FanDuel, but it's a super good option there. We'll have to wait and see if he starts. I'm interested to see who they're going to start. Doc Rivers has done some crazy things. I wouldn't be surprised if they start someone like Tyrese Maxey. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But I do like Shake Milton a lot, especially if he gets to start. Should have a big role here. He's a pretty high usage guy, so I do like him. That probably does it for the most part. Like, I'm interested in all of these guys. I didn't mention like Korkmaz, Danny Green, Maxey. I think those three guys are viable as well. They're a little more thin. I expect them to come off the bench. If any of them end up starting, then I'll have more interest in them. But for now, I expect the other guys to start, so that's why I have more interest in them.
Yeah. I know if Weaver was in here, Chris, he would say, don't play Dwight Howard. He's probably going to say that in the Discord. He'll probably also say he's going to get fouled out.
Yeah.
Let's just address that now. What are your thoughts on that concern there?
I mean, we got to play the guys who are in good positions. So I think Weaver was saying that early in the year when he just started on the Sixers. But I think maybe now he's kind of more into it. We've had some games that Joel has missed, and we've had some big Dwight Howard games. So don't expect anything different here. We get one of the easiest matchup against the Bulls. So I'm not too concerned about foul trouble or anything like that.
Okay. We did get Devontae Graham confirmed to play, Chris, but on a minutes limit. And then we did also get their starters if you want. Devontae Graham off the bench today.
Yeah, so it looks like they're starting Ball, Rozier, Hayward, Washington, and Biyombo. So same sort of thing as wait, is Zeller playing? Because Zeller's not starting. Zeller was probable. I'm not sure if he's playing.
Yeah. I don't see an update there about Zeller, but yeah, last we heard is probable.
Probably playing.
Pardon?
He's probably playing off the bench. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the first game. Like I said, they're healthy now, so we can just fade that game and wait for some more news.
Yep. We got Justin here. What's up, Justin? We got Wendy, Chris. Wendy says, tell Chris he's something like a goat at this.
Thank you.
Something like a goat.
Thank you.
Let's go over the Chicago Bulls. It's the Lovables. Is that their, what's it called? Cheerleaders, the Lovables. Yeah, so on the Lovables, we have Lauri Markkanen probable, Otto Porter probable, Devon Dotson out, and Chandler Hutchinson also out. Projected starters, Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Pat Williams, Lauri Markkanen, and Wendell Carter Jr. Anybody here that can take advantage of no Simmons, no Embiid on the Bulls, Chris? Is that something that we can consider, or not really a factor here? Because I know Simmons is a pretty solid defender.
No, so this is another team that was kind of like they had guys missing before the break, Markkanen, Otto Porter. Now they're probable, so we expect them to play. So that kind of gets me off of the Bulls here. I don't really have interest in anyone. Zach LaVine's always viable in tournaments. Don't love it today, just because we just have all these other options. We have a giant slate, so don't love Zach. Don't love it, but he's probably my favorite Bull. Got it.
Okay, let's go jump into the next game. We have the Dallas Mavericks, Oklahoma City Thunder. Dallas side first, we have Kristaps Porzingis with the probable tag. I think it's the back-to-back rest here for him. Played yesterday. But yeah, projected starters, we still have Doncic, Richardson, Finney-Smith, Maxey Kleber, and Kristaps Porzingis still projected to start there. What do you think? Is he going to play? Has he played most of the back-to-backs this year, Chris?
Kristaps?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He played a few. He missed a few. What's his tag? Probable?
Yeah, it's probable.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not really concerned with anything there. Then I think he's a decent option on FanDuel, especially if you're not paying up for Giannis there at power forward. I think Kristaps Porzingis is a decent option for 7.7K. We saw him have a pretty big game yesterday. Had a huge fourth quarter. So I mean, I don't hate that play. Like I said, I'm currently on Giannis myself on FanDuel, so not landing there right now. But I mean, wouldn't be surprised if we got some other news that kind of makes Kristaps Porzingis or makes the Kristaps Porzingis build shoot up. So I definitely don't mind him there. Luca, he's a little bit underpriced. I think he's 10.4K on FanDuel. DK 10.8. So I do like the FanDuel price a lot. But the thing is, he's point guard again. So that kind of makes it difficult to play him just because we have Rubio and Milton there. If he was small forward today like he was yesterday, we would definitely jam him in for this price tag. But I mean, at point guard, it's hard to do that. So yeah, that probably does it for the Mavericks.
You think they just put him there for the two gamer?
Maybe they did that just for more. I don't know. Like maybe small forward was kind of thin, so maybe they did that to kind of fill it out a little more.
Yeah, kind of weird, but yeah, let's go over the other half of this game. So we have the Thunder, Josh Hall out, Hamidou Diallo out, and George Hill out. Projected starters: SGA, Theo Maledon, Luguentz Dort, Darius Baisley, and Al Horford. Any interest there, Chris?
No, I don't have any interest in the Thunder here today, just because it's like they're implied to score 107. It's not the worst implied team total. SGA on FanDuel, he's 7.9K. Don't mind that price tag in tournaments. He's probably the only guy though. I don't know. Like, I prefer Paul George in this price range as well over SGA. So not really landing on any OKC Thunder players here.
Okay, let's go into the next game. We have the Rockets against the Kings. Just load that up. So where's this? Houston side, we have Anthony Lamb, two-way contract over there. Chris, do you know Anthony Lamb? Is he Jeremy Lamb's brother?
No idea.
Okay. We also got Danwell House out. Kevin Porter, Kenyon Martin Jr., both marked as available. Christian Wood out. Kurucs out. John Wall in. And then Gordon, we have him as questionable. Projected starters, we have Wall, Oladipo, Eric Gordon, Jason Tate, and PJ Tucker. Anybody there, Chris, that you like on the Rockets?
Yeah, so this is like the matchup that we always love to take advantage of. This was a smaller slate. This was a slate that didn't have this Sixers value. We would definitely be playing a few Rockets here. I like Oladipo a lot on FanDuel, 7.7K. Just kind of not landing in my build right now just because I like Paul George a little more. I like spending down for Seth Curry. But I do think he's a good option here tonight against the Kings. Same sort of thing for John Wall. He's 8.2K on both sites. Like no one's going to play him at point guard, especially on FanDuel. Like I keep saying, there's kind of two obvious people there in Rubio and Milton. So I think Wall is a really good tournament option, especially on FanDuel. But on DK as well, like really good matchup. We always love attacking the Kings whenever we can. John Wall has been playing huge minutes. Before the break, I think he played 42 against the Nets. Played 40 the game before that against the Cavs. So he's definitely not on a restriction anymore. So we know the type of ceiling he has. So I do like him a lot in tournaments. And then we have to kind of wait for this Eric Gordon news. I think that's going to matter a little bit. Obviously, this game starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, so probably won't change too much in terms of our builds if he ends up being ruled out. But I do think it would bump up Oladipo a little more. It would bump up Wall a little more. But yeah, those two guys are my main targets from the Houston Rockets.
Is this a late night hammer, Chris? Does this qualify as a late night hammer?
Not really. There's 3 games. They're kind of all spread out. Like in terms of the rest of the games, most of the games start at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I don't know. Not really. Like usually at least I consider late night hammer when it's like one game at 10:30 Eastern and the rest of them at like 7 Eastern, so like a 3 hour gap between the two. But today's kind of spread out.
Got it. Okay, Sacramento side, we have Halliburton back in for them, Jabari Parker probable, and then Hassan Whiteside and Chimezie Metu out. Do you know that guy, Chris? Chimezie Metu?
Yeah, I know him.
Nice. Is he good?
Not really. He's a big for them. I think he hurt his wrist on a dirty play by Joval, actually.
Dirty play by Joval, really?
Yeah, he was hanging on the rim, and I think Joval like tugged him down or something like that. Should have gotten suspended.
Oh, I need to check that one out. Doesn't sound like something Joval would do, Chris. Well, yeah, it sucks to hear that. Projected starters on Sacramento, we have De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Marvin Bagley, and Rashawn Holmes. You know me, Chris. I like to target the bigs now against Tucker here. Actually, before we do that, we do have Cody Zeller starting, Chris.
Yeah,
Bismack Biyombo off the bench now.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get a bunch of news now because it's 2:30. So we got confirmation that Otto Porter and Markkanen are in. Jeff Green's in. Luau Cabarro is out. Anything else you see?
No, that's it. But yeah, back to the Kings, Chris. Yeah, I've liked to target bigs here against Tucker. He looks pretty awful.
We got Luka Doncic out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that important for you, Chris?
That's very important for me.
Nice. Yeah, should we go back or should we just finish this one? Let's just finish the slate overview, Chris. Maybe you go back to that one after.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, third time here. Like to target bigs here against Tucker. Seems to be pretty awful against them. The small ball lineup here seems to be getting a little bit abused lately. Is that still the case for you, Chris? Any interest here targeting any of the Sacramento bigs here?
Not really. I don't know. I didn't ever really buy into that too much. There were some people who had some big games, but I mean, I don't know. Like, you can play Rashawn Holmes here, kind of hope for that scenario, but it's not like he's a high usage guy. He sort of usually gets his fantasy points through hustle plays, through dump offs, easy dunks. But I mean, maybe that's the matchup you like against PJ Tucker. So I don't have problems with him. Thing is, he's center. Like I keep saying, we have Dwight Howard there. We have Kelly Olynyk there. So it's kind of hard to play anyone else.
We got...
what do we get?
We also have Zingas out.
Really?
Yeah, we have Zingas out. Yeah, we got Doncic out. Baisley also out. Darius Baisley.
John Wall, questionable. Yeah, so it's looking like it's going to be a Mavericks chalk day now. Yeah, we'll get into that. Baisley, that news doesn't change too much, just because they're pretty healthy. John Wall news is pretty big. We're not going to know before that. I mean, we're not going to know until that game locks. But maybe it kind of makes me prioritize Oladipo over Paul George now. But yeah, they actually both start at the same time, so I'll be able to swap to Oladipo if Wall ends up being ruled out. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. Like I said, Baisley news doesn't change anything. KP and Luka news means it's a Mavs day.
Yeah. But yeah, Chris, on the Kings here, anything you want to go over? Or do you want to just skip them? We just touched on Holmes, I think, the matchup against Tucker.
Yeah, so just one more guy that I would want to mention. It's De'Aaron Fox. He's 8.5K on FanDuel, 9-1 on DK. We saw the huge game against the Blazers that he had 65 fantasy points right before the break. So he's the only king that I'm personally interested in today. But I don't know how I feel about it. Like, now we have Brunson probably at point guard. We still have Rubio and Milton. So we'll just have to kind of prioritize those cheaper guys, I think.
Okay. And then Tyrese Halliburton, Chris, do we have the audacity to play him at 7-6? It's kind of high.
No, he's on a minutes limit, so I mean, can't play him for 7-6.
What do you think anyone's going to play him 7-6 on the minutes limit?
No, I mean, some people will probably play him. Like, if you look at his game log, he's been crushing. But I mean, he had the calf injury. Usually with soft tissue muscles, teams take it easy on the players. I know that from NFL. So yeah, no interest in Halliburton today, especially on a restriction.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into the next game. Phoenix, Portland. Let me load it up. So on the Phoenix side, we have your boy, Cameron Johnson. Chris, you like him now. He's out for them. Devin Booker, questionable. Projected starters, Chris Paul, Booker, Bridges, Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. Anyone there that you like, Chris?
Wait, why is he my boy now? You said it like you said you like him now. Like
You said you like the way he plays now.
I said that?
Didn't you?
I don't think so.
Was it different Johnson?
Maybe Stanley Johnson. I don't know.
No, what is it? Just Stanley and Cameron Johnson. Didn't you say he played like? You said he's like. Didn't you say his like mom was on his case, told him to play a bit better or something like that? Hasty said that.
Cam Johnson? No,
Who was that then?
I don't think it was Cam Johnson. I don't remember saying that. Was that a long?
Pretty sure.
When was that?
I mean, we have the VODs. I'm pretty sure you said that about someone. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember saying someone's mom was on him. I don't think it was Cam Johnson though.
Really, I thought it was.
No, Cam Johnson. I mean, maybe it was, but I don't know. We had interest in him earlier. I think some other guys were missing back when I had interest in him. But I mean, like I always say with the Suns, Ayton, Booker, Chris Paul, they're all healthy. Like maybe if Booker misses this game, he's currently questionable, then we can play some of these guys. Obviously, that's a really good matchup against Portland. But Chris Paul, the problem is he's a point guard. We have so much point guard value here today. Ayton is a center. We have so much center value as well. So it's hard to play these guys, even in a good matchup. But I do think for that reason, they are really good tournament options. So yeah, I'm not finding myself on any Phoenix Suns today.
Yeah. No, Chris, I'm pretty sure on Cam Johnson you said like he's got like this toolkit to be a good player. Hasn't been playing up to his potential. Isn't that what you said about him?
I don't think so. He's in his second year, so I usually wouldn't say that about a second-year player.
Well, you did. You did. Anyway, Portland side, Harry Giles out, Yusuf Nurkic out, and CJ McCollum also out. Projected starters, Dame Dollar, Lillard, Gary Trent Jr., Derek Jones Jr., Robert Covington, and Enes Kanter. Roko's been looking a bit better lately, Chris, before the break. I think his price tag 5.8 here on DK, 6.2 on FanDuel. I've been interested in him in tournaments lately. Is this a good game environment here for a Roko tournament play or not at all?
No, it's a pace down spot here against the Phoenix Suns. I mean, Roko, you could always play him in tournaments. He can always get you 7 steals and blocks, 7 stocks, maybe 8. His 3 has been falling recently as well, so he has that going for him. But I don't know. I can't play anyone here. Pace down spot. I'm always interested in Lillard and Kanter, but like I said, with the Suns, point guard has so much value. Can't play Lillard in cash games. Center has so much value, so can't play Kanter. But I do think Lillard is a really good tournament option today. Just a good pivot if you don't want to play a value guy there at point guard. But personally, for me, I'm not going to have any players from this game.
Okay. Weaver says Reggie Bullock. I'm not sure if he was referencing Bullock as the guy you were talking about before, but it definitely wasn't Bullock. I'm pretty sure it was Johnson. Cam Johnson.
Yeah, it wasn't Bullock.
It was Cam Johnson.
If he's talking about playing Bullock, I wouldn't do it today. Like just pay the extra money to get to Seth Curry.
Okay. Last game here of the slate. Golden State Warriors at LA Clippers. Warriors first. We have there's a lot here. We have just lots of guys in, but yeah, I'll go over it. We got Wanamaker probable. We got Draymond Green back in. Wiseman probable. Oubre Jr. in. Steph Curry in. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, that's everything. It's not too much actually. Projected starters, we have Steph Curry, Kelly Oubre, Wiggins, Green, and Wiseman. Curry, fresh off of that. It's not the Sprite one. Why do I always think it's Sprite? Sprite's the dunk contest. What's the 3-pointer one, Chris? KFC? It's not KFC.
It's not KFC. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
the
fresh
guy
off the
I'm
win there.
interested in. Huh?
He's fresh off of the 3-point contest win. Any narrative there, Chris? Confidence boost? Anything like that?
So, I mean, the only guy I've interest in is Steph Curry, but the thing is, like I said with Dame, like I said with CP3, he's a point guard. We have a ton of point guard value. Guys like Brunson now without KP and Luka. Obviously, the guys we had before in Rubio and Shake Milton, Kyle Lowry even. So, not really finding myself on Steph Curry tonight. Like they could probably throw Pat Bev on him, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, something like that. They're all good defenders. Especially if they throw Pat Bev on him, he's going to get up in Steph's face. So I mean, I don't know. I don't love the matchup here for the Warriors. It's a pace down spot for them. So yeah, not too much interest here.
You always say this, though. You always say you don't really care about the individual matchups. Is Pat Bev that great of a defender that you care this time? You always say Steph's used to facing the doubles, used to facing this guy, used to being like the focal point on the defensive side for other teams. But today you have a problem with Steph there?
Yeah, so I mean, we have this giant slate where we have a ton of value at point guard. So if you want to spend up somewhere, if you want to spend up for a point guard, I'll prioritize the guys that don't have like a tough matchup, even though I don't usually value it. If I'm trying to pivot, I'm trying to kind of use some narratives to make my decisions. If I'm trying to pivot off of the chalk, so that's why I prefer guys like Chris Paul. You get upside if Devin Booker misses. De'Aaron Fox at point guard, rather spend up to him than Steph Curry. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just not too much on Steph Curry today. So yeah, regardless of the matchup, I think the matchup just kind of adds on to it, makes me want to play him less.
Okay, that makes a bit of sense. Is that it for the Warriors, Chris? Can we do the Clippers?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Clip show, we have Paul George in, Marcus Morris in, and then Patrick Patterson, probably one of my least favorite Raptors before he's probable for the Clippers. Projected starters, Pat Bev, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Nick Batum, and Serge Ibaka there. Who do you like on the Clippers today, Chris?
Yeah, so when I talk about the Clippers, I talk about two guys, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Today is no different. They have a good matchup, so that's why we're going to have interest in them. Currently, I have both of them on FanDuel. On DK, don't have either of them just because of the way they're priced. They're a little more expensive on DK. I think on FanDuel they're underpriced. Paul George 7.6, Kawhi Leonard 9.3. On DK, Paul George is 8.5, Kawhi Leonard is 8.9. So Kawhi is definitely in play there on DK. But yeah, I prefer them on FanDuel, even though Kawhi's a little cheaper on DK, just the way positions are. Small forward doesn't have great value as of now. I mean, there's great value, but just relative to other positions, small forward doesn't have great value. So yeah, that's why I like Kawhi and Paul George on FanDuel. Have them both in my FanDuel lineup right now.
Okay. Comments. We got Din in here saying looks like a winner today. Chris has the bifocals on, lenses on with the red rose. How do you decide, Chris, if it's a bifocal day or if it's not a bifocal day?
I don't know. I just there's not really much decision. I just either put them on or I don't.
So it's like a intuition thing. Got it.
Yeah.
Got John Cotter in here. Miss saying your name. What's up? He says, wow, lots of guys out. Late news will be fun. You think we're going to...
Yeah.
We still have more news coming in. We're due for some news anyway, right?
Probably. John Cotter's too busy with NBA Top Shot these days. Opening his packs. He has a ton of pack luck. I'm a little jealous.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Probably trips out to Aruba, gets some extra luck, gives you some extra luck. Uh, um, but yeah, how's your Top Shot luck, Chris? I think you got that pre-ordered pack, right? That's coming up in a few days. I think 3 days. You can open it up or something.
Yeah, so the only pack I got was the one that they that they gave to everyone. So that pretty much sums up my Top Shot pack luck.
Wait, you have the pre-order pack, don't you? And the other one as well recently?
What pre-order pack?
Oh, you never got the pre-ordered one from like a week or two ago?
Yeah, the one that they gave to everyone.
Oh, you didn't get any other packs?
No, I haven't gotten anything else.
Oh, so you haven't even opened a pack yet?
No, I've only bought from the marketplace.
Ooh, wow. I got a pack. Haha. Got one more pack. Yeah, you saw my moment. I've got the Jason Tatum assist pass thingy. So that's a good one. I'm proud of that one. Is this going to be a late swappity swap night, Chris? With all the news here, gotta be active today.
Yeah, for sure. We have Booker in the late game. We have John Wall now questionable, so definitely going to be a late swap day.
Okay. We do have late swap, guys. So if you guys need help today, if you've never used it before, late swap, just hop into the Discord. Just send a message in the whatever sport you're in, NBA channel, and then I'll help you out here today. So if you need help with that, just feel free to message me in the Discord. We'll get you set up, get you going with the late swap. It's pretty easy to use, really easy to use actually now. So not much to it. So definitely do that today though if you're playing tournaments and you want to update all of your entries quickly and easily for any news like that. So it makes a big difference just to stay up on top of all the news that comes out. KJ says, wait, does Luka out not change anything? And Porzingis, yeah, no, it changes a lot. Chris said we have a chalky Dallas slate today, so lots of Dallas guys. We didn't go back to that game yet because we had a lot of games to go over, but we can touch up on that right now, I think. Let me just load that up. Yeah, you just get into it, Chris. Who do you like here today?
On the Mavericks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Brunson becomes a really good play. Assuming he starts, we have to wait and see who they end up starting. I would assume that they start Brunson for Luka. Instead of KP, probably Willie Cauley-Stein, maybe Dwight Powell, something like that. But I do think Brunson becomes a really good play. He's probably the priority guy from the Mavs now with this news. Josh Richardson as well. He gets a little bit more of that ball handling role. So I think for the most part, it's going to be it's going to be Brunson and J. Rich that benefit the most. Just because I don't really want to play someone like Dwight Powell. Maybe for some reason they can start. They might start Boban in KP's place. I think Boban would be interesting if that's the case. But yeah, we kind of have to wait for the starting lineup before we play any of their bigs. But I do think Brunson becomes a really good play regardless.
Yeah. Let's see. KJ follow-up saying not getting any of them in the opto. I don't think they've updated yet our projections, Chris. Have they?
No, not yet.
Not yet. We just removed the two guys, but they will update. Still an hour 12 minutes or so leading up to lock. So the projections will update before then. So no need to worry about that. Just takes a bit of time sometimes. Probably waiting for maybe some. Are we going to get the starters before the slate locks for the Mavs, Chris?
No, probably not.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think they will update though.
Yeah, definitely will. It just takes time. With any site, it's like that. It's not instant.
Yeah, probably in the next 10, 15, 20 minutes or so it'll update for the Dallas news there. What else we got? Layden says, need some more revenge narratives, Chris. You got them pulled up? Can you get them for us? What narratives we have today? Take us down narrative street.
I can look at some real quick. What did we have so far? Anything?
Bembry. We got the Bembry revenge narrative. What else do we have? We have the Kyrie narrative there back at Boston. Boston playing Kyrie.
Yeah, we have.
What else do we have?
We have J. Rich playing near his hometown. Grew up in, or maybe born in Oklahoma. So we have that going for us.
Nice.
Bobby Portis against the Knicks. I mentioned that one when we went over them. We have Thad Young against Philly. He played like 7 seasons for Philly, maybe more. So that's a pretty big one. Kemba playing in New York. Obviously, he's from the Bronx. So that's a pretty big one. Kyrie, you mentioned it as well. Jeff Green against Boston also. And then I think one more, Ben McLemore against Sacramento. That one doesn't really matter. But I think the biggest one, probably my favorite, Josh Richardson hometown game. Bobby Portis against the Knicks and Kemba against the. Yeah, wait, no, Bobby Portis against the Knicks, Kemba against the Nets. So, yeah, Kemba in New York.
Nice. What else we got? Dave Chris says John Carter better be studying for the Roto League. You don't like the Roto Leagues, Chris, do you?
For season long,
Yeah.
I'm okay with them. Just played too much DFS to kind of get into that at this point.
Yeah. John's saying his packs are better than your packs, Chris.
Yeah, they definitely are, and I'm definitely jealous.
Does he have any nice ones? Have you seen any?
Well, he got the $200 pack. I think he got every pack that he's tried to get. Maybe missed out on one or two, but yeah, I'm like 0 for 6, 0 for 7. The only one I got was the free one. There was that one that there was like 180,000 packs, only like 200,000 people. So I was one of the 20,000 that didn't end up getting it. That's the one that you got your Tatum moment in. My pack luck has definitely not been very good.
I think I was even late for mine. Like I think they have like the window when you can get in. I missed my window, but then I refreshed the page. I still got in. So definitely some bad luck for you, Chris. I got some good luck there. But yeah, Carter says he doesn't need to study. He just knows all this stuff. David says, JC and I have been in a Roto League for 15 years. He says David's tired of winning almost.
I might need to get it, or we might need to get into that one next year.
15-year league, yeah. Do you guys? Are there any leagues that like if you get last place, you get like the first round pick next year, or anything like that? Like, is there any? Does anyone play any like season long stuff where like anything carries over to the next season?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff like that. I think it's bigger in football for season long, but yeah, there's definitely it makes more sense if your roster carries over as well. It doesn't make sense if your roster doesn't carry over.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. Do they ever handle like the draft picks, like new players coming to the league? Did they ever do like if you do carry over, like is there a draft for like new players, anything like that?
Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Yeah, I think they do draft the new players.
That's pretty cool. What else we got? Dinda says Pat Bev pounding Red Bulls to go snappy on Curry. Dude is crazy. Is that what he's doing? Maybe some Instagram story updates from Pat Bev, Chris?
Wait, what happened? I accidentally disconnected from the call.
Oh, is he pounding down Red Bulls to go snappy on Curry?
Who is John Cotter?
No, Pat Bev. John Cotter is not guarding Steph Curry, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Maybe something else. Not sure though.
World saying Philly stack tonight.
Yeah, Philly stack. Definitely the biggest one, and then the Mavericks as well.
Yeah, I got some Toronto OVO updates. Says a few things here, so I'll just read it also. Let's start from today, I guess. Nick Nurse says he might use his hockey playbook tonight, do 5 in, 5 out subs because conditioning levels are a concern after the break. So that's interesting. And then we just got this one as well. Terrence Davis, game time call, testing his ankle out before the game, so he might not play. Maybe he'll play. But the 5 in, 5 out thing, actually, Terrence Davis is now out like 2 minutes after that other tweet.
Really, he's out?
Or sorry. T. Ross, my bad. T. Ross is out. Terrence Ross
Got
is
it.
out. But the 5 in, 5 out, Chris, does that really, like, is there anything you can take advantage there? Is that like kind of like a stay away red flag thing?
Yeah, definitely a red flag thing there. Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to see who they start before I make a decision. But yeah, that's definitely a red flag thing.
So maybe on the Atlanta side, is it also a red flag? Does it make it sound like the game might not be close?
No, I have no concerns with anything like that. I don't think it makes a difference for the entire game, just probably for some of the players.
Okay. What are we gonna do here? Just three favorite plays, I guess. Overall favorite play of the day today, Chris. Who do you have over on FanDuel?
Yeah, so I mean, overall, let me go with our boy from Philly, Tobias Harris, for 6.9K.
Uh, where do I have a game filtered right now? Oh yeah, I do.
Also, I forgot to mention Tim Hardaway. He gets a big bump as well without Luca and KP.
Yeah. Okay. Value play of the day today, Chris, on this 11 gamer.
Value play.
The Dallas guy.
Now let's go with Dwight Howard there at center. Usually don't like to do a center, but I mean, yeah, Dwight Howard without Embiid against the Bulls, really good matchup. So yeah, I like Dwight Howard there.
Okay. Tournament play of the day over on FanDuel. Who do you have?
Tournament play. I was gonna have John Wall before we got this news that he's questionable. So give me Victor Oladipo. He's probably gonna be not not too popular, but I think he's probably gonna be like 20% in tournaments, maybe 30% cash games. But I like his upside a lot, especially if John Wall misses the game.
Yep. Okay, run it back on DK. First out, favorite play of the day overall. Safest play here. Who do you have?
Favorite play. Not going to go with Tobias here just because he's 8.1K. Let's see here. Well, let's go with Jalen Brunson. He's 5.5K here on DraftKings. No Luca, no KP. So Brunson should kind of take over that Luca role.
Okay, that's a big role to take over, so that's a good pick there, Chris. Value play of the day on DK. Who do you have?
Value play on DK. Give me. DK did a good job pricing guys up, so it's a little bit harder. Give me Bogdanovich for 3.5K there.
Bogdanovich.
Yep.
Okay. Tournament play of the day, Chris, on DraftKings. Who do you have?
Tournament play of the day. I'll go with Oladipo there as well. I like sticking with the same guy, so I like Oladipo there.
Okay. Let's go do some core plays. Let's see if this works. I think it. Yeah, now it works, Chris. Maybe something to do with now. Do you not have anyone on DK? Just Harden?
I do. I have a few guys there.
Okay, well, it doesn't work. I see Dwight Howard here, and then when I go all, I see James Harden. But now, over on FanDuel, I think I see everyone. This is your five guys here today, five locks for you.
No, so I have a problem now. I don't see everyone. Now I see them by position. So yeah, we shouldn't use this here today. But yeah, we could start with my first score play. I'll go with Dwight Howard at center. Had him as my value play. We can go with Tobias Harris as well. Had him as my favorite play in general. Next, we can go with Brandon Ingram. I like him a lot at small forward. We have to spend up somewhere. He's 7.7K. Pretty good matchup against the Timberwolves. So I like Ingram there. Don't want to lock in any of the Sixers guys other than the two that we locked in, just because we have this Mavericks news now that kind of opens up some slots. Point guard, we can lock in Ricky Rubio for 4.7 here on FanDuel. I think that's a pretty good play still.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hit build. Yeah, what do you like here, Chris? First two as always.
Let's see. So I have to just pop this out. Yeah, so let's get this first one. Actually, let me see here. Let's get the second one actually. Second, get rid of the first one. And then let's get this ninth one that has Brunson.
Oh, we just don't have all the Dallas updates, right?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's still processing.
Save the lineups there. Okay, let me highlight the differences for you, Chris. What is it? 3v3? 4v4?
Let me see. Yeah, so we have it's gonna be quite different, I
3v3.
believe. Yeah, we have Oladipo in both, Rubio in both. Yeah, this John Wall questionable news kind of bumped Oladipo up a little bit. Still under Paul George though. Still love Paul George. If I can get there, have him in the second team here. So we'll have to see on that. This Mavericks news kind of opened up Jimmy Butler over Kawhi as a small forward. So $300 difference there doesn't matter as much anymore, as much as it did before. Ingram locked him in. Tobias locked him in. Howard locked him in. So we have this 3v3, Shake Milton, Tim Hardaway Jr., Giannis versus Brunson, PG, and Boucher. Yeah, I mean, I like the first side here. Even though we don't get Brunson in the first team, we still get Shake Milton, who's a great play. We get Giannis, who's one of my favorite studs. We get Tim Hardaway Jr., who's 4.1K. I think he's pretty close to a lock. Maybe should have locked him, but yeah, 4.1K for Hardaway Jr. Just way too cheap without KP and Luca. And then like I said, we get Giannis. We don't get Chris Boucher, who's going to be in that hockey rotation. So it looks like it updated a little, right?
Yeah, it looks like the Dallas guys updated. So these two, you have a crystal ball, Chris. These two are now the top two. So
that's pretty cool.
That you got it right. Yeah, congrats. No surprise there though, that you got them right.
Yeah, but I mean, I still like the second one though. I mean, I like the one with Giannis a little more. That hockey comment that you said about Nick Nurse kind of doesn't make me want to play Boucher unless he gets the starting nod. But I mean, we'll know before. Just because I'm fading the first game, these teams are both of these top two lineups are fading the first game. So we will know in time before the Raptors game who's starting for them. Yeah, I like the second team here as of now.
Gotcha. Let's go back to your favorite site, DraftKings. Is it your favorite site? I don't know if it's your favorite site. I'm not sure why I'm saying that.
I like them both.
You like them both. No favorites for you. Okay, core plays over here. Let's filter it there. Let's open that up. Let's see what we got here on the bell. Looks like, yeah. Okay. Should we have the team logos here, Chris?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, me too.
Probably easier to process.
Yeah, me too. To the left of PFP or by the player name?
Probably by the player name. I think we have it in the player's card as well, so just keep it consistent.
It could also be cool if it was a little color coded, maybe like red or green, maybe different shades or something, depending on how much of a change it is. That'd be pretty cool. Similar to how we have the idea to color code these, but I think there's some issues with this color coding right here, right, Chris?
I'm not sure. I don't use it too often. But yeah, I think it works. I think it actually does work well though.
This color coding?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We do have Marcus Smart playing limited to 20 to 22 minutes on Thursday today.
Okay.
But yeah, first up, Chris, I think we're getting some more updates here. What are we getting? Let's see, we're getting some Finney Smith updates, some Wandu updates, Cauley Stein, Boban updates, Kenrich updates, Brunson updates to 37.
Brunson?
Yeah.
Brunson Burner?
37 fantasy point projection update.
Yeah, I mean, he's the real deal.
Yeah. I feel like Hasty would love that play today, Brunson.
Yep.
But yeah, because we're getting some updates. Let's see how these stack up, the old ones. Now they dropped down actually, Chris, to 4 and 5 before they were 1 and 2. So we have 3 lineups ahead of the old ones now.
Yeah, I mean these top two make more sense. So let's get rid of those. Let's talk about these top two.
Just another Maverick, right?
Yeah, we get more Mavericks. We get back to Giannis in both. Yeah, I mean, you could highlight both of them.
So what is it? We got
Yeah, so
Harden, Hardaway, Paul George, Oladipo, 2v2.
yeah, so point guard Brunson and Rubio, really solid combo there. I guess we don't need Milton. Brunson just in a great spot. So I definitely like these teams more than the first ones that we talked about. Small forward Ingram and Richardson, still a really good combo there. Um, Richardson just a little too cheap at 4.7. Giannis, we got him, and then Harrison Howard, who I locked. Um, yeah, and then this shooting guard combos: Harden and Hardaway versus George and Oladipo. This is pretty tough, honestly. Just because if Wall ends up being ruled out, the second side will be ahead, I would assume. Same if Eric Gordon gets ruled out. But I think as of now, like the first side just provides us with so much safety. We get Harden's floor. He's just been crushing, plays a ton of minutes. Seems to get like 70, not every night, but like 60 fantasy points plus every night. So I love Harden. And then we get Hardaway Jr., who also gets a huge bump with um, Luca and KP out. So yeah, I'll go with this first one. But I do like the second one as a tournament pivot if you're playing tournaments only.
Yeah. Let's go back to DK, Chris. Locks over here. Who's your first one?
Yeah, so we can start with Jalen Brunson, 5.5K here. I actually had Bogdan Bogdanovic as my value play before. I don't think I would have him as my value play anymore just with these Mavs guys. I would probably put Brunson there. Just way too cheap for his role now. But yeah, he's going to be my first lock. Next up, we can go with James Harden. I like him as a spend up here. I was talking about it at the start of the show. He's cheaper on DK, so he's more of a priority here. Tim Hardaway Jr., 4.9K, more expensive than FanDuel, but still really good spot. We have him as the second highest point per dollar play today. So we can lock in THJ. And then Tobias Harris, no Simmons, no Embiid, so we can lock him in as well.
Sorry, I was looking at some other news. Tobias Harris, lock him in.
Yeah, and Hardaway Jr.
Got it. Sorry about that. Okay, hit build. Let me just double check. Okay. Getting more updates here. Ken Birch, Carter Williams, Gary Clark.
Yeah, we got Terrence Ross out. That's why. But yeah, that stuff won't matter here on this slate. We have these Sixers and we have these Mavericks. We're just gonna kind of demand all the ownership on this slate.
How tall is Jalen Brunson, Chris?
Probably like 6 feet.
Nice. Yeah, which ones do you like here? I'm seeing some Mike Muscala. You like his music. Seeing some, what is it, Boucher in the first one. Hockey lineup rotation there is concerning for you. Seeing some Kyle Lowry as well. So it's kind of interesting. What do you want to look at here, Chris?
Yeah, so let's take a look at the first two. Muscala's popping just because Baisley's out. Just bumps him up a tiny bit. I assume he's probably minimum price, something like that. Um, so yeah,
No, he's not.
let's take a. He's 3.8. Still, I think it's fine. Let's take a look at the differences. We have Harden in both. Tim Hardaway Jr. in both. Who else? Harrison both. Locked him in, of course. Brunson locked him in. Kleba didn't lock him in, but he's in both. 4.2K, no KP. Pretty good price tag there. So we have a 3v3, I believe, right? Or 2v2?
2v2, I think. Unless I'm missing something.
Yeah, 2v2. So we have Dwight Howard in both. So Dorian Finney-Smith, Chris Boucher versus Norm Powell, and Mike Muscala. Yeah, I mean, I actually like the second one more with Mike Muscala. Unless we get news that Chris Boucher is starting, then I like the first one more. Just kind of feel like Chris Boucher's skill set fits the FanDuel scoring a little better. Yeah, with the with the block bonus and steal bonus, 3 points on FanDuel. So yeah, I actually like the second side a little more. I was just looking down at my phone because we got news that Terrence Davis is available to play. So I would assume that we're going to get the starting lineup soon. Maybe
Oh,
not.
also Bogdanovich, no restriction.
Yeah. We can take a look at the first bogey build then.
Bogey Knights. Um, where's that?
So I like the Muscala build more than the Dwight Howard build or than the Chris Boucher build. So we can get rid of the first build and then take a look at the third one as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Do you want to actually rebuild? Let's see what we get.
Okay. Yeah, no minutes restriction on Bogdanovich tonight, according to Nate McMillan. Yeah. Wait, what? What is this tweet? Terrence Davis is available. We've just been officially informed by the crack PR staff. What does that mean?
I don't know.
This is the Raptors beat writers here. What does that mean, crack PR staff? Is that like an acronym?
Probably autocorrect for raps.
Crack PR staff. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the new builds, right? So looks like I was wrong about Muscala. The projections don't agree with me. So I mean, I'll take that L there. I won't stick to that. Let's take a look at these new ones. So yeah, let's take a look at the first one and the third one that has bogey. So we have Harden in both, Hardaway Jr. in both. We locked him in. Toby in both, Brunson in both, Maxi in one of them. So we have a 3v3. Dorian Finney-Smith, Chris Boucher, and Maxi Kleba versus Trey Burke, Bogdanovich, and Kyle Lowry. Yeah, so I mean this one's kind of similar. Like it depends on who starts for the Raptors. If Chris Boucher ends up starting, I think the first one's pretty obvious. If he's not starting, still kind of like the first one. Just feel safer with all those guys. Don't have to take a gamble on Trey Burke. Bogdanovich, like they said, he's not on a restriction, but I mean you never know with the coaches. So yeah, I still like the first one here.
Okay. Some comments. Austin says, is there any way to set max and min players per team? I think 4 Mavs is too many, Chris.
Not currently, but we do have that in our to-do list. Just like a slider for each team that you could set. I think a lot of other sites have that.
We have this though, right? You can pick minimum, just minimum.
Yeah, just minimum.
So would it go here or what?
No, it would be a different one. It's not team stacking.
So do you think it could go like just as a card, or do you think it'd be better like here on the schedule? Probably a
No,
card.
I think just as a card.
Yeah, we should have that one in. Don't think that one would be too hard. Yeah, so we'll add that in soon, I think. What else we got? KJ says you like Nerlens Noel if you want to pivot from Howard in tournaments.
Nerlens Noel, if I want to pivot from Howard. I mean, I don't love the matchup against Milwaukee. Like, he could easily get into foul trouble against Giannis. I mean, I don't hate it if Taj Gibson ends up being ruled out. If Taj is in, I wouldn't do it at all. But if Taj ends up being ruled out, I don't hate it. Just a little concerned about foul trouble. Not the greatest matchup against the Bucks. So, I mean, I personally wouldn't do it. But keep an eye out for the Taj Gibson news if you do it.
Okay. Anything else to go over, Chris? Don't think we hit the 30 threshold today. Yeah. Anything else you want to go over?
No, I mean, it's going to be a pretty crazy slate with news, so have to keep an eye out for a bunch of things. We'll be in the Discord as always, updating anything, keeping up with news. Hopefully everyone has a good one.
Yep. Yeah, let's wrap it up then. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, appreciate all the comments in the chat. Before you go, be sure to hit the thumbs up, smash the like button. Helps people find our content, so we do appreciate that a lot. We do need the giveaway, but we gotta stick to our 30 likes. So we'll get back to it again tomorrow. So we'll try again. See Reddick out today, Chris, as well. Does that matter?
I don't know. Like Zion's in today. We had interest in Alexander Walker last time. Reddick missed because Zion was out as well. So I don't think it matters too much. But I think Alexander Walker is a fine tournament flyer if you want to go there.
Yeah. Yeah, before you guys go, if you like the content here, first time here, we do the same format every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe, hit the bell button and all so you can stay notified with our content here. It's always going to be free. It's every single day, weekends as well. So be sure to do that. And then last thing here today, if you want to try out our optimizer that we've been using throughout the show, check out our projections, ownership, and fantasy point projections. Go to our site, dfscrunch.com. Create yourself an account and start with our free trial. So all new members get a free 3-day trial, no coupon code or anything required. Highly encourage anyone here, even if you have no intent right now on staying, just to try out the free trial. You can cancel before 3 days, so 72 hours from when you first subscribe. You're not charged at all. So I do highly encourage everyone here who hasn't tried it out yet to do that. It's absolutely free, so you get access to all of our sports that we have. You'll get access to our Discord during that trial, so definitely try it out. I think today, so it's Thursday today, so you'll have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So yeah, you'd have 3 days here, so those are some pretty good days. Saturday we have some MMA, I believe. Some college basketball going on, NHL going on. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Esports as well, always going on. So definitely check that out. And I think that's it, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. So be sure to come back again. And we'll be in the Discord, as Chris already said, updating anything that comes out. And yeah, see you guys all tomorrow. And good luck today.